Hello everyone, in this video I will explain to you how to crochet this koi fish. It's a fun little project and I think it turned out to be really cool. It took me a few days to make and it wasn't too difficult. The difficulty level is probably a medium, but as with all my tutorials, I explain how to create it from start to finish and I show you how to do each step. So I tried my best in explaining it for you so that you can create one yourself by following my tutorial. The materials you will need for this project are yarn. I use Patons Grace in a white, a black, and a red. So Patons Grace is my go-to yarn for Amigurumi. It's shiny, it's not fibery, and you can see the stitch definition really well, and the size isn't too big or too small and makes good sized projects. You can also use orange instead of red. That's a good color to have for this fish. And another option is instead of having a red tail with white piping, you can have a white tail with red piping instead, and that'll create a cool looking fish as well. So there's many different options for this project. For this yarn size, I used a size 2.75mm crochet hook. I also used a tapestry needle and I used stuffing and scissors. And with this yarn, the measurement is about 7.5 inches long. In this tutorial, we will begin working with the tail, then we'll create the body, the eyes, and then we'll do the white piping all the way around. Okay? So let's get started. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this tutorial. Check out my other videos on my channel and subscribe for more videos. So we're going to start with our red yarn and we're going to start with a chain 15. So we're going to do a slip knot. Hold your yarn like this, twist, and pull the little tail through the hole. Creates a slip knot. Insert your hook and then pull the little tail to tighten it. And we're going to chain 15. Now we're going to chain 1, but this chain 1 that we're doing here does not count as a stitch. And then we're going to do a single crochet in each of the 15 chains that we just did. So ignore the first chain 1 that we just did, which is our 16th one, ignore that. In the 15th one, the one previous, we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, and the next one is single crochet. Insert your hook, pull loop through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, we're going to do that all the way through for the 15 chains that we did. Okay, so here we have our piece so far. For row 3, we're going to turn our work around. Okay, and we're going to chain 1. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch. And then we are going to do a single crochet in each of the 15 single crochets that we just did. Okay, so ignoring this chain 1 here, we're going to work on the next one of our 15, 1, and the next of our 15, a single crochet. Okay, so here I am at the end of row 3. To finish row 3, we will do a chain 4 and we will turn 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should have a total of 19 stitches, 15 plus our chain 4, which is 19. So we're going to turn. Around 4 we will chain 1, and once again this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. And then we will work on 14 single crochets in each of the next 14 stitches. Okay, ignore the first chain that we did that does not count as a stitch. And the next one, which is of the 4 chains that we did here, we will start working our single crochet into each of those. Now we have the 15 that's on this part here. We will do another 10 for a total of 14 single crochets. Okay, so our piece looks like this so far. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches remaining for this row. We will do a slip stitch in the next stitch. Okay, which is insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull loop through, and then just pull through. So after the slip stitch, that'll leave us with 4 stitches remaining. We will leave those 4 stitches and we will just turn to begin round 5. Okay, so for round 5, we will skip the slip stitch that we just did in the previous row, right, which is this one. And we will single crochet in the next 14 single crochets. So this one right here. This first stitch, which was our slip stitch from the previous row, we will skip. So we will work in the next stitch here. Okay. We will do a single crochet in that. Then we will do in the next stitch a single crochet for a total of 14 single crochets. And 14 14, so that'll leave us right to the end of this piece so far. After 14 single crochets, we will chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we will turn and we will begin row 6. For row 6, we will chain 1, and this chain 1, like previously, does not count as a single crochet, so we will skip that when we start working. So after we chain 1, we will do a single crochet in the next 14 stitches. So ignoring this first chain 1, we will move into the next chain, and we will do a single crochet. And the next one, a single crochet, for a total of 14 single crochets. Okay, so at the end of row 6, we will do 1 slip stitch into the next stitch, and then we will turn our work. So your piece will look like this so far. Okay, so let's begin row 7. For row 7, we will skip the slip stitch that we just did and single crochet in the next 14 single crochet. So this one right here we will skip, and we will start in the second one in a single crochet. The next one, a single crochet, for a total of 14 single crochets and 14, and that'll leave us right to the end here. Okay, and then we will chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then, so you should have 18 stitches. 14 plus 4 is 18. We will turn our work and begin row 8. For row 8, we will chain 1. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so we will begin doing a single crochet in the next stitch. So ignore this chain 1, and we will work in the second stitch and do a single crochet. We will do a single crochet in the next 14 stitches for a total of 14 single crochets. And then, once we've done that, we will do a slip stitch in the next stitch, and we will turn our work over. For round 9, we will do a single crochet in the next 14 single crochets. So we will ignore the slip stitch that we just did, work in the next stitch, and do a single crochet in there, work in the next stitch, a single crochet, for a total of 14 single crochets. So this is what your piece should look like right now at the end of row 9. Okay, you should have 14 single crochets at the top here. We're going to turn our work over and begin row 10. For row 10, we will chain 1, and once again this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We will ignore that, and then we will do a single crochet in the next 14 single crochets. So we will skip this chain 1, and we will do a single crochet in the next single crochet, 1, and then a single crochet in the next single crochet, for a total of 14 single crochets, and 14. So that'll take you right to the end here. Okay, and now we're going to do 1 slip stitch in the hole formed by the first single crochet of row 9. So what that means is that you have the single crochet from row 9 that we did our single crochet from row 10 into, right, our final single crochet. Let's just backtrack here. Right, so this is row 10, I'm on my last single crochet. This is my last stitch from the previous row that I'm going to do a single crochet into, right? So now at the end of row 10, it says to slip stitch into the hole created by the first stitch of row 9. So that is this one over here. Okay, can you see it? Here's our stitch. This is row 9. This is the hole right here. Okay, that's the one we want to do a slip stitch into. Like that. And we're going to turn our work and begin row 11. For row 11, we're going to skip the slip stitch from the previous row that we just did. So right here, we're going to skip it. This one right here, we're going to skip it. And we're going to single crochet in the next 10 single crochet. Okay, so the next stitch, we will single crochet. In the next stitch, a single crochet for a total of 10 single crochets. So once you're done your 10 single crochets, it'll look like this so far. Okay. We will turn, and we will begin row 12. So for row 12, we will again chain 1. That chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We will do a single crochet in the next 10 single crochets. So ignore this chain 1. In the next single crochet we will do a single crochet. In the next single crochet we will do a single crochet for a total of 10 single crochets. And 10. And that'll leave us to the end here. And then we will single crochet in the hole formed by the first single crochet of the previous row in row 11. So the hole here, this first one we see here is the first stitch of row 11. So that's the one we just did our last stitch into. So it's the one previous, so this one here. Okay, that we will do our single crochet into. A single crochet into that, like this. Okay, and now we will single crochet in the next 3 single crochet left by row 8. So what that means is that the next 3 single crochet we see here, we will do a single crochet in each of those. Okay, so here we go, 1, the next one 2, and the next one 3, and then we have this hole here, right here. That hole we will do a slip stitch. There we go. So your piece will look like this so far. Okay. Now we are on row 13. So let's turn our work for row 13. We will skip the slip stitch that we just did. So this one here, we'll skip that and we will work in the next single crochet right here. We will do a single crochet in the next 10 single crochets. 1 single crochet, and the next one 1 single crochet, the next one 1 single crochet for a total of 10. Okay, 10. And then we will leave these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We will leave those 4, and we will turn our work and begin row 14. For row 14, we will begin with the chain 1. And once again, this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We will work into the next stitch. In the next stitch, we will do a single crochet in the next 10 single crochet. So ignore this chain 1, work into the next single crochet, and do a total of 10. And the next one, a single crochet 2, okay, so here to continue row 14, we will single crochet in the hole produced by the first single crochet of row 13. So once again, if I just undid my last stitch, we're going to work on our last stitch of the 10 single crochet. So this is the first single crochet of row 13, where I will do my final 10th single crochet of row 14. Okay, so that leaves us with, if we pull it a bit, this hole here. Okay, this hole, this is the from row 13, the first single crochet, not that one, this second one here. We want to do a single crochet into this hole here, like that. So like previously, we're going to continue. We're going to do in the next 1, 2, 3 stitches here a single crochet, just like before. 1, 2, 3, and in this space right here we will do a slip stitch. Okay, so that's the end of row 14. Now we will turn and begin row 15. So your piece will look like this so far. For row 15 we will skip the slip stitch that we just did and we will work in the next stitch. Okay, so I skipped the slip stitch and I'm working in the next stitch, and I will do a single crochet in the next 10 single crochet, so same like previously. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet, in the next stitch, 1 single crochet, 3 all the way for a total of 10 single crochets. 10, there we go, and that'll leave us with 4 single crochets that we will not do anything in, and now we will turn. For row 16, we will begin by chain 1. And once again, this chain 1 does not count as a stitch, which we will work into the next single crochet. And we will do 10 single crochets. So ignore this chain 1, work into the next stitch, 10 single crochets, 1, 2, and 10. Okay. And then we will single crochet in the hole formed by the first single crochet in the previous row. So that's actually down here. So once again, this, if we undo the last 10th single crochet that we did, we will see that this right here is our, it looks like this. This is our last stitch that we have to work our 10th single crochet into. So we will do that. And then we have this piece right here. So we've got, this is our 10th single crochet that we did it in. So we're not going to do it in there. We're going to do a single crochet into this other hole here. Okay. So now we have 4 single crochet at the end here. Okay. We're going to do a single crochet in each of those 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And your piece will look like this so far. And we're almost done. We're going to turn our work, begin row 17. 2 more rows left. For row 17, we will chain 1. And once again, this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We will ignore that and we will work into the next single crochet. We will do a total of 1 single crochet in each of the next 15 single crochets. So ignore this chain 1, work into the next single crochet, and do a single crochet 1. In the next single crochet, another single crochet 2, and 15. So that'll leave us right to the end here, and then we will turn. And then finally for row 18, we will slip stitch into the next 15 stitches. Okay, so we have 15 single crochet. We will do a slip stitch in each of those. Right? So we're not doing a single crochet, it's just a slip stitch into the last, into these 15 last. Finally, here we go. There we have it. Okay, and that's what our tail should look like. Okay, so we finished 1 fin. We're going to do a total of 2 more, so we're not going to cut off anything. Instead, we're just going to begin with the same pattern at row 1 through row 18 2 more times. So we're going to start with row 1. We're going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and then we will work the pattern the same way for 1 more fin and another fin. So again, once you finish the second fin, you're going to continue. Do not cut. Do another chain 15 like this, and continue your 3rd fin. And once you've done all 3 fins, I will meet you here.